Okay, guys, this is just to remind you what we did the last class. We were talking about cause and effect. We know that in our lives, we always have conditions and results for all the actions that we do. Remember that. Let's see some of them that we worked yesterday about real life situations, things that do not change. Okay, when we talk about that, it's a special condition that we are going to talk. I am referring to facts, to uh, scientific facts, for example, or real things that we have in life. Like, for example, look at this one. Look at the sun. Yesterday I explained it. You remember that? The sun rises in the east. Rises in the east. Look at the east. The sun rises in the east. That is something that we don't change. We cannot change it. Okay? For example, look at the water. The water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Okay? Oh, that is the real truth. Maybe some scientists they can argue some things, but that is what we know up to here. What are the basic colors that with which one we can mix and get other kind of colors? The primary colors are red, yellow, and blue. That is something that is real. Okay, that is a fact. Now, let's see what happened with the colors, for example. If we mix red and blue, what do we get? We get purple. The condition is that if we mix these two colors, the result, what is the result? What happened? Is that we get purple. That's right. So we can see that here we have a condition and a result, but both are real. Those are facts. We cannot deny them. Okay, look at the way that we say the sentence. If we mix red and blue, we get purple. Do you remember that it said something about that the water boils at 100 degrees? So what happens if we heat water at 100 degrees? If we heat water at 100 degrees, something is incomplete. What happened? It boils. Very good. If we heat water at 100 degrees, it boils. It always happens. We cannot deny it. It doesn't matter if we have lawyers, we have the president, I don't know, whoever who wants to say something different, we cannot deny it. Another thing, if you can see as a second sentence, it says when we heat water at 100 degrees, it boils. Instead of if, we can use when. When we heat water at 100 degrees, it boils. Both can be used, okay? If or when. In this case, it could be a synonym, okay? Both are conditions, and the other ones are their results. Okay, here I separated them, the condition. You can see that what happens if it rains, what happens? What happens? If it rains, that's the condition. If you are outside, what happens? If it rains, you get wet. That's right. Or you can say, when it rains, you get wet. If you go outside without umbrella, you just get wet. I cannot do anything about that unless I use an umbrella. But without umbrella, you get wet. When it rains, you get wet. If you are outside, of course, yes. Here we can see that we use the zero conditional. When do we use it? When it is always true, or like a scientific fact, as we said before, the water boils at 100 degrees, the sun shines in the east. Those are things that are true. If don't charge the battery, what happens if you don't charge the battery of your cell phone? My mobile phone doesn't turn on and you die. Yes. If you don't have your phone on, you die. Your mobile phone. Okay. That is always true. Okay. You see, if I don't charge the battery, my mobile phone doesn't turn on. Can you see what are the forms of the verbs that we are using? Do you remember the other ones? If it rains, you get wet. If you heat water at 100 degrees, it boils. What are we using in the verbs? Can you identify that form of the verbs? Rains, get wet, you remember? This one, I don't charge. My mobile phone doesn't turn on. Can you tell me what tense is it that we are using here? Okay, keep it with you. Let's see what happens. Okay, here we are. If you said that it is the present simple or simple present, yes, it is. We use the present simple if, after if you use the simple present, and the other clause, the other sentence goes with simple present as well. Use it to talk about things that are always true, like a scientific fact. As we already saw that. I am repeating here. Now we are putting all the things together. For example, if you freeze water, if you freeze water, it turns into ice. You see the verb? And if you heat water at 100 degrees, it boils. Remember that instead of if, we can use when. When you freeze water, it turns into ice. Yep. So very easy, isn't it? If it is not easy, okay, I understand. Maybe we have, or you have to try to remember the simple present. Okay, if you need help, ask me. Ask for it, please. Now, what do we have here at the top? We have something different. Is it something with a different meaning? Look at this. Now we have the result at the beginning and condition as the second part of the sentence. Look at this. You get wet if it rains. You get wet if it rains. You see that? You get wet if it rains. The result is at the beginning, and the second part, the condition is the second part, if it rains. Or we can say, if it rains, you get wet. Remember, in the other ones, the other form, the ones that we have already been working on, I forgot to tell you that we need the comma. You remember? Do you remember that? If it rains, comma, we get wet. Did you notice that? Why didn't you tell me? Okay, look at this example. If I get up late, comma, I miss my bus. If I don't have my morning coffee, comma, I get hungry. No, I get grumpy. When I talk to my mom, comma, I feel homesick. It means that you miss her. Now, first the result and now the condition. Here we don't need commas. I miss my boss if I get up late. What is the condition if I get up late? What is the result? I miss my bus. What is first now? The result. I miss my bus if I get up late. I get grumpy if I don't have my morning coffee. I feel homesick when I talk to my mom. You see those examples? Always the simple present and the two forms. Here we can say it better. If you don't eat, comma, you die. If it doesn't rain, comma, the grass doesn't grow. Now the result. Ice floats if you drop it into water. No comma. If you put oil into water, what happens? Comma. It floats. Very good. My teacher gets angry if I am late. You see, we had commas in the first one, second one, and the third one. We have the comma when we have the condition first, and then the result. When the result is first and the condition second, we do not use commas. For example, ice floats if you drop it into water. Can you see the simple present? Don't eat. You die. If it doesn't rain, the grass doesn't grow. Ice floats. Third person, do you remember? Floats. If you drop, if you put, it floats. Third person. My teacher gets. Third person, angry. If I am, verb to be, I am late, simple present. Okay? So up to here we have zero conditionals, real conditional. This is for the real life. We use the simple present. In the real life, we have scientific facts, real things that happen that we cannot change, we cannot deny them. Okay, the simple present, and we can use the condition, result, or result and condition. Here you have a couple of videos where you can use the real form of this zero conditional with real life, okay, in the videos that we worked on and those things. Okay, guys? So I hope you enjoy it, and tomorrow we do an activity. Okay? Bye. See you.